Hey, I'm Andrika, and welcome to Tea Time. The Lord woke me up this morning with kind of a pretty interesting way of teaching me about worship, so I just want to tell you all about it. I've given birth 5 times. The first 2 times I was induced, so I had to have a medication that induced my labor, that sped up my labor and it started and sped up my labor. And then I had an epidural, which made me not feel things, feel what was going on, so the contractions and stuff didn't bother me. And then the third time I delivered without any meds in a birthing center. So it was very natural. It was all very natural, but it was overseen by a hospital staff. And then the 4th and 5th time I delivered by C-section. But the Lord was reminding me this morning about how that 3rd delivery went. It happened really fast, and let me tell you the story of it first. We go into the delivery center. I was doing fine. I sat on a birthing ball and just kind of bounced on it for just a little while. And then I felt like, I feel like maybe I have to have a bowel movement, maybe. And I couldn't really tell what the feeling was. It was different. So then I started to have really bad contractions. I went and got on the bed, and I just kind of laid back, and the doctor left. Like, he came in to see me, and he was like, "Oh, you're doing good." And then he left for lunch. And the nurse was in the room, and I started to just feel really intense, like contractions. And I started to moan a little bit. And then my husband came over, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I couldn't speak. Like, the contraction was so strong, I couldn't speak. And then I started going, "Oh, oh," like that. And my body was doing these weird things, and I had these weird, facial expressions and stuff. And the nurse looks over, and she's like, "Andrika, are you pushing? Don't push till the doctor comes. I'll page him right now. Don't push." And she's saying all this stuff, and all I could do was look at her, because I couldn't say anything. I couldn't speak, because this contraction and this movement inside of me was so strong. I had no choice but to push. And my mom picked up the sheet, and she's like, "Oh no, the head." So the doctor came in like just in time, pulled the baby, cut the cord, and he was out. It didn't take any time. I basically did it myself. And, that it was just like the best birthing experience, because right after that, I was a little sore, but that was it. There was no big deal. And so recovery was really fast. So the Lord was showing me that what was happening on the inside of me caused me to move and do weird stuff on the outside. And then he starts showing me that this is what spirit and truth means. That there's a progression, spirit to truth. That what happens on the inside comes out on the outside. And this is what true worship is. God desires that we worship him in spirit and truth. He wants what we do on the inside to come out to the outside. And that makes so much sense to me because it's the same way as him saying, that he deals with the heart before he deals with the actions, with what we do. Now, because I had given birth before, prior to this, I knew that there was a difference in this birthing experience and the one that I had before. And it made the two that I had before, like I could tell what was false and what was real. There was a huge contrast in it. And I'm not sure yet what the Lord wants me to see about that. But or exactly what he's showing me in that, but I see that was something that he pointed out to me, that I had I don't want to say false, but I'd had a counterfeit labor that was very not necessarily the way that God intended my body to go through labor. But this third time was the way that God intended my body to deliver a child. And it was totally different. It was intense. I had to go through a lot of pain. It was painful, but it was a different kind of pain than I thought. And it was a different kind of pain that I had to recover from on the first two. So it was easier for my body to just go through the regular normal labor without all the meds and all the things. I should have just gone through it. I've never had him talk to me about worship in this way. I've never had him talk to me about worship and compare it to labor and going and birthing something this way. So I wonder what he has in store for us. I feel like he has something in store for us. So, hey, so I just had to interject again because I have been praying about this and the Lord showed me some more stuff. It's been a couple weeks since I originally recorded. And what I feel like the Lord is saying through this is that we're about to see a switch or a change in worship, in how we worship, in just the whole process of worship. And he's going to show us what's been real and what's been authentic versus what has been false and wrong and contrived. And we're not going to like what we see. So we have the option to keep contriving something and making something happen and trying to create a moment versus going through kind of a messy process and some pain and discomfort in a new way and finding a new way. But it's going to be better for us to have the pain and go through the pain and feel it and feel the discomfort rather than to do anything else. So we have the choice to do it our way, or we have the choice to do it his way. And his way is going to be the best way. So keep that in mind. Pray on that. Think about it. Let Holy Spirit tell you what to expect or what's about to happen, because he didn't give me that. He didn't give me any more information, but that is a good place for us to start praying. And so this is all just for us to know, I guess, for us to be prepared and to start pressing into what Holy Spirit is doing, because he's doing something different. He's doing something more, and more is good. Let's go deeper. Let's go as deep into him as he'll allow us to go. But that's that. So make sure you pay attention to your heart. when we go into worship. Pay attention to your perspective going into worship. We have an awesome, wonderful, powerful, mighty God, and He is so much more than we know or think. So make sure that we're going to worship Him for who He is, for how awesome and wonderful He is, and how mighty He is, and go in with thanksgiving in your heart, and love for Him, and adoration, and forget about what song or genre we're singing. Just go in and put your focus on Him when we go into worship. So, thanks for joining me for tea time today. I'll see you next time with another one.